So research shows that we perform our best when we are in the high positive quadrant of energy. So what does that mean? How do we get there? And how do we sustain that? Good morning, everybody. I'm Brooke Scutt. Welcome to Momentum Live. So today we're going to talk about energy. The thing that's unique about energy is that it can be managed. It can be focused on so that it expands. But then the key, most important fact is that energy is renewable. So meaning you can, with the proper set of rituals, be as energetic and as focused as you are at 8 o'clock in the morning, at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. So a couple things to think about. So we've got a quadrant, if you will, and on the high side we've got high energy versus low energy, and then to the opposite side we've got positive energy versus negative energy. And what we're really trying to get to is that high positive quadrant. But let's talk about the other quadrants real quick. So your high negative quadrant is going to be when you're feeling angry or fearful, anxious, defensive, or even resentful. So that's a high negative quadrant. So then moving down, your low negative quadrant is when you're feeling depressed or exhausted, hopeless, defeated. Now, the high positive is when you're feeling helpful and hopeful, joyful, connected, and confident. Then the low positive is pretty much where you want to spend most of your time when you're not trying to shoot for high performance here. So the low positive is going to be when you're reflective, relaxed, content, you're feeling loved, peaceful, tranquil, serene. So the objective is when you are feeling in one of the low or high negative quadrants, so either side, when you're feeling negative, it's about how quickly you can recognize that and respond and move yourself back over to the positive quadrant. So a couple of things that you can do to work on that. Number one, first and foremost, is going to be focused on gratitude. What are you grateful for? Who are you grateful for in your life? It's impossible to feel a negative feeling when you're focused on gratitude. Number two, exercise. We always talk about the hormonal releases, the endorphin rush that comes from exercise. If you're angry or frustrated, work out that anger and frustration, and you will move over to a more positive quadrant. Music, number three. Music has an amazing impact. Positive, uplifting music can really move you from a negative to a positive energy space. Being in nature, so taking a hike or driving, in nature, it's very restorative and often gives you a very positive perspective on maybe what you were feeling pretty negative about. Number five here, learning something new. So consider, taking a class, reading a book, trying something new, learning something new. Of course, expanding and education and learning really helps you respect the positive side of life. So number six here, escape. And what I mean by escape here is maybe go to a movie or go to a sports game or something to that extent. What you're trying to do is find something where you can mentally check out for a little while, zone out. Just be careful that you don't end up binging on Netflix for hours until 2 o'clock in the morning. Just saying. That can take a positive and turn it into a negative. Number seven here, focus on being around positive people. Go to lunch, grab coffee with somebody that lifts up your spirits, that has a positive outlook on life, that's very influential and really brings joy to you. And number eight, if you're feeling down, you're feeling depressed, turn towards your mentors and your coaches. Lean into them, ask them for support, ask them, how they can help support you get from this negative energy to this positive energy. So, again, energy can be managed. When we focus on it, it expands. When we focus on positivity, that also expands. So remember, we're trying to live in that kind of low positive, the comfortable zone. But when we are in peak performance, we really want to be in that high positive, that inflow zone, where we're feeling that hopeful helpfulness. So think about this. Think about where you fall in your energy throughout the day. A couple of these tips and how you can apply them to moving from maybe a negative energy to a positive energy. I hope you guys have a great Monday and a great week, and I'll see y'all next week.